What's up with the United Fellowship? Pastor Doobie here. Hey, been thinking about this last Sunday, and if you were there or watched the service, what a fantastic time. It wasn't super hot outside. We were able to have a couple baptisms outside as well. The rain was strange, but I read a verse on Sunday that I wanted to just elaborate on a little bit more right now in a couple minutes that I think meets us where we are today in an important way. On Sunday, we were going through Ephesians chapter 4 and looking at verses 17 through 24. And in the latter portion, the sermon was entitled From Old to New. And in the latter portion, the new side, if you will, the scripture talks about us having a renewed mind or a new mind. And I was just thinking about that in relation to where we are today. A lot of fear, a lot of angst, a lot of sadness, even the feelings of depression as well. Maybe even some of you are struggling with those things. But I read a verse on Sunday that is from Isaiah chapter 26. And I want to read that, starting verse 3 and 4 is what I want to read right now. Verse 3 says, "You, being God, will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast or stayed on you because they trust in you." And then verse 4 continues, "Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord himself is the rock eternal." And that's such a powerful, powerful passage because we are currently in a time when there is very little that we can count on, that very little that's solid. When as soon as we think something is solid, something is planned for one direction or another, one guideline is laid out the way it is, it can suddenly change. One thing that doesn't change that this scripture clearly shows us is God's character. What I love, though, is in verse 3, it says, "Those whose minds are stayed on him or steadfast on him." That right there is a choice for us to stay holding fast to God himself, that no matter what happens, as it says here, keeping our minds stayed or steadfast on him and trusting in him. It's choosing daily to trust in him as opposed to what we're hearing or listening to online, what we're seeing in social media feeds, what we're hearing from even government officials or county leaders. Those are not the things that our mind stays at rest on. Because when it does, it's very shaken. And so if you're currently experiencing just an internal shaking, if you will, just a restlessness in your soul, I want to encourage you and challenge you. Go before God every day and spend more time with him than you ever have before. These are challenging, challenging times, but the promise of God stays true. He will keep our minds, our souls in perfect peace if we keep them focused on him. So this week, starting today, even maybe after you watch this video, I want to challenge you, go before God. Get your mind focused on his promises, his truths, and his word rather than what's going on in the world right now. Pray for the things going on in the world, yes, but keep your heart and your mind focused solely and steadfastly on his truth that is unchanging and his character that is unchanging. Hope to see you this Sunday and in the coming Sundays with a renewed peace, a renewed joy in your relationship with God as you seek him intimately in your own time in a way that God can speak to you and help you experience his perfect, supernatural peace that his Spirit gives us. I'll see you all very soon.